Good morning, Rosebud's World. And I know I get on here. I got a topic. I got something to say. So, good morning, good afternoon. Because once again, it might take a long time for me to post this. I don't. Whew, I'm so tired of saying the same thing, but I need me a new phone. Got to get a new phone. Anyway, I just want to share something with you guys that I saw this morning. And I saw it on the book. And I don't think I'll get in trouble for I'll post the picture at the end of this video. But anyway, it says a Georgia grandmother, 67, had just became a registered nurse at age 67. African American woman, a grandmother. I felt something in my spirit, sizzling. I had to just say something. Let me tip my hat off to the Georgia woman, grandmother, age 67, becoming a registered nurse. Now, I know she's not the first and she ain't the last, and some probably older than her or whatever that got there, you know, RN or whatever the case may be. But I just had to touch on that because I want to give it two thumbs up. You're never too old to do anything. And you put your mind to it, you could do anything. So I am like in awe and just for her. Celebrate her, praise her. Congratulations. They don't say a name or whatever. They just got her picture up and just said she just got her RN. And yeah. And I was reading some of the comments. Or somebody said in the comments, she had. Dang, I hate when I can't put it in their words, but she had it in her to help people. It was in her to help people. So to go and get your RN at 67. And then, I felt some type of way. I'm talking about self now. I'm talking about myself. Because my passion was hair. I love to do hair. I grew up around hair. My namesake, my granny, Granny Rose, may she rest in peace. She did hair over 60 years. So she was the one that put the curling iron and the hot comb in my hand. Not hot. She would give me her old ones and I would do my dolls' heads. And I can curl, work that curl. I remember some of her customers looking at me. I said, she really know how to handle that curling iron. She said, uh-huh. She would give me her old ones. I'm talking about them old, I'm talking about the Marcells. And come on now, who out there know what I'm talking about now? I ain't talking about no plug-ins, okay? I'm talking about the one you put over there in the fire. But I wasn't putting nothing in the fire because, I was young. I'm talking about 5, 6 years old. Water this morning. I ain't have a taste for no coffee or tea. I ain't even eaten yet, but yeah. So I always wanted to do hair, and I went to school for hair. See, I'm laughing. Uh, One of my pages on Instagram is Beauty School Dropout 2004. Because that's when I was supposed to graduate in 2004. And I was in the graduation and everything. Ceremony, cap and gown, because I had enough hours to march. I think I needed a month and a couple of weeks to go to finish to take the state board. Yeah, I stopped going. I know. That's something I battle with all the time. Yeah, I stopped. Now I just say this: I had a plan and it didn't work. It didn't go as well as it didn't work. Shit. When I lost my mom, I took a year leave from work. I worked at the post office. I told you I worked at the post office just about 17 years. So I took a year leave. It really, that really messed me up. My mother worked for the post office. Okay. Uh-huh. And I get off into that later. But yeah, she did 30 years and just about to retire. And then she passed away months before she could retire. Okay. So, this was all gone, right? So I took me a year leave. So when I took that year leave, I said, you know what? I'm going to school for hair. And my thing was I was going to go to school for hair. I was going to finish. And while I'm in school, you can build your clientele. I'm going to get that clientele built. So, you know what? I'm going to work part-time at Walmart. Never got hired at Walmart. And until when I get that clientele like I wanted, let the little Walmart part-time go and just go from there. Because I wanted to get my own salon. And I also wanted to do hair for the funeral homes. When I got to school, you're going to learn your basics, right? And it was a course for that, a separate course for that to do hair for, on bodies and stuff. I think that at that time it was like $600 something, but I'm like, well, I found out a lot of stuff in school that, of course, you're going to learn your basics, and then, you got to put your twist on stuff, and then you take separate classes to learn this and that. You're only going to get the basics, right? I found out a lot of people in these shops right now, today, a lot of them they don't have no license. No, they don't have a hair license. You got some people, they just had a hand for stuff. They just know how to do it, But yeah, now that owner, of course, have as a business license or whatever. And you got some that do have their cosmetology license, but a lot of them don't have their cosmetology license. And just like the funeral homes, a lot of them don't have no license to do no hair. They basically family owned, right? Now me say, my mom passed. I could have did my mom's hair. You know what? I don't want y'all doing her hair. I'm gonna do it. And then they just take that little fee off that they charge, off the list of everything they charge me for. But yeah, a lot of them don't even have their license. But that's not why I stopped. I stopped because I couldn't build a clientele like I wanted. And I'm used to getting a check every 2 weeks. I worked at the post. I'm used to getting a check. I ain't like that. Get a client here, get a client there, don't get a client. It's up and down, up and down. But when you do get your clientele, then you be straight. But it was just too slow for me, and my money was running low. I had to go back to the job. And anyway, a lot of people ask me, excuse me, why you never went back? Because I have a bad back. You got to do everything. You got to do whatever in school until you get out of there. When you get out of there, when you graduate and you get your license, you can do what the fuck you want to do in your shop, your home, or whatever. You ain't got to abide by the rules. It's one chick on I don't know where I saw some years ago. She was kicking ass. I don't know where she lived, whatever. Heavy lady. That lady was doing hair, but she was sitting down. She ain't never get up for nothing. She gonna turn that chair. She reaching for this, that. Smoke your hair sitting down. Now you can't do that when you in school. You got to be up. You got to Yeah. So for me to go back, first of all, the hours that I gained is gone because you got up to 2 years back then to get your butt back in there, and you can continue to finish where you left off at far as your hours. But come on, that's been since 04, so that's gone. I'm about to start from the bottom. But yeah, so that shampoo bowl, doing that, washing and all that, and that standing, I can't. 2 rods and 8 screws, I can't do it. I can't do it. Now I can do my thing sitting down, maybe, and I'm limited to that. I have a trigger finger. Don't even bend all the way. So that's why I have not went back to hair school, and I love hair. It's a passion. I like looking at how they people braid their hair, put weaves in, put the wigs on. That's just something, you have a passion for it, right? So yeah, so this is just about, it's never too late. You're never too old to do what you want to do or what you love. And I tip my hat off to that lady that's 67 years old that got her RN in Georgia, the grandmother. That was almost a tearjerker just reading that, but hey, I can do somebody here. Let me braid your hair. It's gonna take me around about 5